Hi, Susan Campfield here with SueStampfield.com. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm here today to share with you how to make, or decorate I should say, the Stampin' Up! Petite Treat Framelit dies and turn them into cute critters. We're going to start with these cute little birds. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. These are super easy to make and decorate. So we're going to use the Stampin' Up! In colors. That's what I used for this this nest full of cute little birdies. We've got Blueberry Bushel, Call Me Clover, Lovely Lipstick, Pineapple Punch, and a Grapefruit Grove. So I'm going to do the Call Me Clover one because that's the one I used for my video here on how to put these together. So make sure you watch part 1, Petite Treats Framelit Dies Critters, and how to put this together. So we're just going to focus on decorating this now. So to decorate our little bird here, and I'll pull him in, we're going to pull in some punches. And so I have the Stampin' Up! Blossom Builder punch. As you can see, this is where the wings come from. Hopefully you can see that. There's a bit of a reflection. The wings, and then also the beak. And then I'm using the leaf punch, which looks like that, to have our little feathers on top here. And then I have a 1/2 inch punch and, excuse me, a 3/4 inch punch, and then a 1/2 inch punch, and those are to do the eyes and the eyelids. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to start by punching out the wings. So I've got a strip of, it's 1.5 inch wide Call Me Clover cardstock. But you could also do, you know, whatever scrap piece you have on hand. This is a builder punch, so you're going to get some bonus pieces, and you can just save those for another project or throw them out. I just want those 2 pieces, so that's going to form my wings. And then I'm going to go back to this piece, and I'm going to punch out my little leaf punch for the top of the bird. And then that's going to give me just enough room left to take the 3/4 inch punch and punch. You know, you can actually just, you can do a full one and cut it in half, or you can punch on the edges and be super lazy and have the edge do the work for you. So that's, I'm going the lazy route. There we go. So I can use my scrap pretty well. I'm probably just going to toss that out. Although I know you could get a few more things out of there. So we're getting a good start here. We're going to move on now to our pineapple punch, and that is going to, we're going to go back to that Blossom Builder punch, and we're just going to punch out this one right here, and that's going to form our beak. Now I did use the pineapple punch on all of my birds here for their beak. You know, I really debated about whether I wanted to use the Grapefruit Grove for the beak on this guy right here, so it would show up a little bit more. But I was kind of going for a big bird look, so in that case I thought the pineapple punch worked better. So again, you've got options. You can use whatever cardstock you have on hand, of course. And then I'm going to go with the eyes. So we got a piece of basic black cardstock here, and we're going to punch out 2 little 1/2 inch punches for the eyes. And then we're going to go to a piece of Whisper White and back to that 3/4 inch punch and punch out our eyeballs or eye whites. And that is all there is to it. So now the base of our treat holder here is the 6x6 Designer Series paper, and that is the 2018-2020. There they are. Whoops, there we go. I was off camera. 2018-2020 in colors, which are going to be these 5 colors. And I like using a lighter weight or Designer Series paper weight for these treat holders. They just go together a lot nicer. It's harder to get a nice smooth rounded corner like that with a cardstock. So inside this little guy, and I'm using the Stampin' Up! In Color binder clips, which conveniently come in all 5 of these colors in a package, so I had everything I needed. And then inside this one, I actually put, I thought Skittles fit the bill for these treats because they're kind of bright colors, and all my birds are sort of bright colors. So I'm just going to grab this guy and decorate it. Now when you use the Petite Treat Framelit dies, you'll see in my first video you've got 3 different options for the top. The one I like to use for the critters is the one that's sort of the heart-shaped top, because it looks like sort of those eye shapes are getting started. So for our adhesive to assemble, I'm going to use a combination of glue dots and liquid glue. So I've got this little piece here. I'm just going to push it onto the glue dot and then stick it onto the white of the eye. And I'll do the same with this one. So there you've got your eyes. For the wings, I'm going to do the same thing. Push on a glue dot, and I'm just going to stick them onto my project. I think this would make a cute fish as well, because these kind of look like little fins, don't they? All sorts of critters you can make. I'd love to see what you create with this. So we've got that there. They've got our little feathers, or wings, I should say. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the nose. And I like working with glue dots because I find them to be super sticky and super easy to work with. So push that down there. So you can see we've got a good start here. Now to put the eyes on, I'm actually going to add in a different adhesive. I'm going to use my dimensionals. And these are going to make my eyes pop out a little bit, which that's not a bad thing, right? Because of the way this top of this treat holder folds, I like them to just come out a little bit, and so the dimensional is just the perfect thickness to have that line up well. So we'll pop this in and go right here. Okay, so we've got our eyes. You can see the difference that the eyelid makes in the expression of your critter. And, you know, they're both cute. You know, maybe you want a wide awake, bright-eyed bird, and then you can just skip the eyelid. Certainly your choice. For the little feather tuft on top, that's where I'm going to go with liquid glue. So I've got my multi-purpose liquid glue here. I like to keep it in this little candle votive holder, and I keep pins in case it needs to be opened up like it does right now. So I'm just going to take my, oh, got mini pins there. My pin and just get that going. And I'm just going to add a little bit of the liquid glue right here. It does not take much, and that's just going to hold it on. Now, if you have issues with liquid glue, if you have problems with it kind of squishing out, if that makes sense, or you get more than you want, with this multi-purpose liquid glue, you can actually just let it dry if you get too much on there, and it will dry tacky, so it's kind of like making your own tiny little glue dot. But I don't think mine's going to squish out, so I'm going to go ahead and just stick it on right there. Bring that up just a little bit. The nice thing about the liquid glue, it is movable until it starts to dry there, so you can sort of shift things around if you want to. So I've got my little feather a tuft at the top, a little piece there, there we go. And I'm not going to add the eyelids on this one just so you can see the difference for the two, but this is how I would do the eyelids. I would just, again, take the glue dots and just pop them on there. If you want to make your bird angry, you can tilt them in that way, and then look how grumpy he gets. So you can kind of play around with the expression. You can also make him cross-eyed. That's always cute. So lots of options with the way you put on your eyes that can really change your project. So that is, that's quick and easy. That's how you put these little birdies together. So cute. And thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to do a separate video on how to decorate this cute frog. So make sure you track that one down. And then also how to make this little gator and this little flag. There we go. You can also check out more ideas at www.suestampfield.com. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye, everyone.